Okay, I don't know what happened to my last recording, but I just recorded like 10 minutes of rambling about elk hunting, and it didn't record on the GoPro. So here we go again, take two. I am in the chicken yard. I threw some grain out, so hopefully Amos the rooster does not attack me while I'm out here. Just a little wrap up for my elk hunt that was now over a week ago. Stuff I'd do differently. One, probably hunt the area where I'd herd animals a little longer. That drainage that I was glassing when I got seasick, that was probably where they escaped to, but I just didn't really, I didn't put two and two together there. Probably go in a little harder on the evening glassing, getting back late to the truck. I heard a strategy on a hunting podcast where, someone would like make their mountain house meal, their house, a little earlier in the afternoon, like 3 or 4, and then throw it in their pack and hike up to their glassing spot, or take the stove with them to their glassing spot and make it up there and eat it earlier in the evening while they glass until dark. I did that. I glassed until dark a couple of times, but probably not enough. As far as when I did try to stalk some animals, that was pretty rough. I mean, I don't know if I really could have done that better just because of the crunchiness of the leaves. There was no way to get into that aspen forest without just making tons of noise. So that might have just been doomed from the start. So just other stuff that happened that wasn't in the videos, or that I didn't talk about in the videos. On Thursday, which was day 6, I tried to go to a spot that Matt and I had scouted a couple of weeks ahead and found some really good sign. We found fresh tracks in the snow, fresh poop, everything. Like, it was good. And found a really good glassing spot. And I wanted to be there at sunrise. And when I got to the trailhead, way before light, I found a cow in a cattle guard right next to the trailhead, stuck in the cattle guard. Probably had a broken leg. It was in bad shape, panicky. Like I couldn't get within 10 feet of it without it just absolutely losing its mind. So I ended up driving down to where I had phone service, which was 15, 20 minutes or so. Calling the police, talking to them, telling them what was going on. They said they'd call the correct person, find out who the owner was, the rancher that had his animals grazing there, and take care of it. And so I had to, when I went back, so that took like 30 or 45 minutes. So I got a really late start on my first thing in the morning glassing. And when I got back, I had to kind of hike up and around the cow so I wouldn't make it panic worse, just trying to keep it from hurting itself even worse, because it was already in pretty bad shape. And that was tough. And when I got back to the car, the cow was gone. There were tractor tracks. There was a bunch of blood inside the cattle guard, so I think they just put the cow down and drug it out of there. So that kind of sucked. And, I know I hunt, but I don't want to see anything suffer. So that was pretty rough. Like, that really kind of took it out of me that day. So that sucked. I didn't really have any control over that. I think I did the best I could in that situation. As far as what I want to do next time, I feel like I did a good job this time of just looking everywhere. I checked dark timber. I checked above timber. I checked low. I tried to look at private property. That's probably where they were. But I feel like it's kind of a cop-out that a lot of people use. Like, oh, I couldn't find anything, so they must have all been on private property. They can't all hide on private property, right? So, I just got to try harder next time, or, change up my plan a little bit. I want to bias my 2022 season towards archery. For one, I just enjoy shooting a bow way more than a gun. My scope screwed up the week before the season started, and I had to put a new scope on my gun. So that sucked. And just shooting in general, I think like shooting a bow is just relaxing. Shooting a gun, you have to make yourself relax. So not only is that a thing, I feel like having a warmer season is good and having a longer season is good. Just because I want to do more like backpack style hunting. I want to put all of my stuff in a pack and go out in the backcountry for a couple of days where there aren't people. Whether I do a limited draw unit or not, I'm going to try another strategy. Try to bias towards try to get a tag for a limited draw unit. And that may or may not happen. There are a lot of over-the-counter units in Colorado, though. And the one where I hunted is very narrow and long. And it just has a way of kind of concentrating the hunters and making it hard to really get around. So, it's unit 86 and a little bit of 82. And, I feel like if I have warmer weather and maybe just a bigger unit in general, I can just get away from the people more and hunt the backcountry and hunt the high country because I really love being in the high country. So I'm going to try to do that. That's kind of all I got on my notes. That's why I keep looking down. I got notes down here. So if you have any tips for stalking elk in crunchy leaves, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, enjoy this chicken footage.